Chandra's Magic Light, A Story in Nepal by Theresa, Heine, and Judith Gueyfier. Nepal. Mountains. Nepal is a long, thin country that lies along the southern slopes of the Himalaya Mountains, with India to the south and China to the north. The Himalayas are the highest mountains in the world. 8 of the world's 10 tallest mountains are in Nepal, including the highest point on earth, Mount Everest. From the mountains flow rivers that bring water to many thousands of people in the fertile valleys and plants of Nepal and North India. Chandra and Dina were at the market. It was dusty and noisy. Sacks full of herbs and spices were laid out on the ground, all the shades of the rainbow. Chandra closed her eyes and sniffed ginger, garlic, coriander, cardamom, curry leaves. Her sister brought lentils, honey in a little cardboard box, and something in a small paper package. "What's that?" Chandra asked. "It's tulsi, a type of herb," Dina answered. "Mother will make it into tea for Akash. It will help his cough. So will the honey." "Can we have a drink?" Chandra asked. "I'm really thirsty." Dina counted out 50 paisa from her little beaded purse. "We'll share a cup of pomegranate juice," she said. Dina took a sip and then gave the rest to Chandra. Chandra let the juice run slowly down her throat, wet and cold and sweet. Then she noticed a group of people clustered around a man who was holding a strange lamp. "It's all done by the sun, you see," he was saying. "The panel here gets power from the sun. The energy of the sun goes into these batteries and they light up the lamps. Over time, it will cost you less than all the kerosene you have to keep buying for your tukis. It's much healthier, too. No more bad chest from smoke." "Getting rid of those smoky tukis would be a very good thing," said a woman. "Our tuki caught fire last week. They're very dangerous," said her friend. "A tuki is an oil lamp." "Dina, let's buy a new sun tuki." Chandra was jumping up and down. "Then Akash's cough will get better." "I can't buy one without asking father," said Dina, "and I don't have enough money. That sign says the lamps cost 3,000 rupees each." "Let's go quickly and tell father," said Chandra, seizing Dina's hand. The 2 girls hurried out of the market and back across the hills. They came to the rickety bridge over the river. Chandra held her big sister's hand very tightly. The river roared beneath them like a dragon as they walked carefully across the wet logs. Then they hurried down the path to their village. Father was in the courtyard cutting firewood. "Quickly, father, you must come to the market," Chandra panted. Father dropped his axe. "What has happened? Has there been an accident?" No, said Chandra, her words spilling out all over the place. "There's a man in the market. He has a magic light. He catches the sun in it and makes it shine." Father frowned. "Catching the light from the sun? What's this nonsense, Chandra?" "It's true, father," said Dina. "But it isn't magic. The lamp gets light from the sun in the daytime, and then it shines at night. It's called solar energy, and it'll help Akash." Mother came out of the house with Akash. "Did you get the tulsi and the honey?" she asked. "Yes, and there's a magic lamp, and we won't need the kerosene anymore, and Akash's cough will get better," said Chandra. "But please come now, or they will be all gone." Father looked cross. "Stop, Chandra. We have no money for magic lights. Go and help your mother, and Dina, you can help me with the wood." The next morning they went to fetch water from the river. Outside a nearby house they saw a small shiny object out in the sun. Chandra clutched Dina's arm. "It's the lamp from the market." With water slopping everywhere, they hurried home. "Let me explain this time," said Dina when they arrived. "Mahesh Soud by the river has the lamp we were telling you about," she called out. "Come and see." Father came to look, and Mahesh Soud showed him how the lamp worked. But Father's face was downcast when he came back. "It's a solar tuki," he said. "It works well, but it costs 3,000 rupees. We don't need to pay it all at once, but we do need 500 rupees for a deposit, and I don't have any money left this month." "We can earn some money," said Chandra as Dina milked the goat. "We still have 3 weeks off from school." "I could make necklaces and bracelets out of beads and sell them in the market," said Dina. "But we don't have any money to buy beads, and there is already a stall selling bracelets." Chandra jumped up. I know, Dina. We could sell flowers. Dina and Chandra got up very early the next morning. They climbed high into the hills and picked big bunches of wild rhododendrons, crimson, pink, and cream. They took the flowers down to the market and sat on the ground next to the spice stall. The spice lady gave them tins with water to put the flowers in. It was so early that the market was still very quiet. Tell me a story, Dina, said Chandra. Tell me about Surya and Chandra. When morning comes, the great sun god Surya rides out of the sky in his chariot, said Dina. He has 7 horses, each one a shade of the rainbow. He rules the sky all through the day. Then what happens? Chandra asked. Then it's evening and time for the moon to rise. Chandra, the moon god, rides into the sky with his chariot pulled by 7 geese. What do the geese look like? Asked Chandra. They are pure white, said Dina, like the snow on the top of the highest mountain. They are as big as horses and their wings are as wide as the river. On each side of the chariot are 2 archers. They shoot arrows into the sky and drive away the darkness. Is the moon god very strong? Asked Chandra. He is very powerful. He shines all night in the sky so that people can find their way, said Dina. I'm glad I have a moon name, said Chandra. No more stories, Dina said. Look here are our first customers. How much are you selling your flowers for? Asked Mr. Gupton from the big hotel. They are 5 rupees a bunch, said Dina. They started to sell their flowers. Every day Chandra and Dina picked blossoms and took them down to the market square. By the end of the week, Dina's bead purse was full. Is it enough for the deposit? Said Chandra. We have 400 rupees, said Dina, counting out the coins. We need 100 more. Chandra watched the man selling the solar tukis. People were lining up to buy them. Will you save one for us? She begged. The man looked at the people waiting. I'll keep one for half an hour, he said. Chandra, stay here. I'll run home and fetch father, said Dina. Chandra sat down next to the man and watched. Soon there were just 2 lamps left. Still father and Dina didn't come. By the time Dina and father came hurrying to the stall, Chandra was in tears. All the tukis are sold, she sobbed. Will you have some more soon? Father asked the vendor. Not for a while, said the man. Then Chandra spotted a demonstration tuki. What about that one? She asked. I need that one to show people, the man said. Chandra raced back to the flower tins and grabbed the rest of the flowers. Please let us buy it, she cried. You can have these, please. Our baby brother has a bad cough, and this lamp will help him. The man nodded. He picked up the last tuki and handed it to Chandra. When the sun went down, father carried the solar tuki inside. He turned it on and the room was filled with a soft yellow glow. He said a prayer of thanks to the sun god Surya for giving them light. They ate supper in the warm glow of the lamp. After supper, Dina got out her school books, and mother took out her sewing. Chandra went to bed. As she curled under the covers, the moon cast silver pools of light onto her quilt. Thank you, Chandra, Chandra said to the moon. In the corner of the room, the solar tuki shone over Dina's head as she read her book. Akash slept wrapped in his quilt, breathing quietly. Thank you, Surya, whispered Chandra to the magic light. The end.